already know, we got to talk about it. Daima episode 2. Was it any good? Yep, it was pretty good. Was it like a 10 out of 10 epic, amazing, super exciting episode? No, of course not. It was a setup for the rest of the story. It's super fun still. You know, we finally get to see the characters all in their kid forms finally. See how they react to it. You know, it's cool. You know, we get to see a young Roshi, young everybody actually, which is trippy. We see like a shot of the Ox King. He's all surprised. Satan still acting the same as a kid. The thing is, actually, they're all acting the same, except for the ones that turned into babies. I mean, they act more like babies, like. But it's funny because Trunks and Goten were actually like speaking telepathically. It was kind of funny. But yeah, we also found out that Shenron will only grant one wish to people that first use the Dragon Balls. So he pretty much cucked Goma out of his wish, or his further wishes, which was hilarious. Yeah, Shenron's like, nope, I don't know you bitches. Bye, and just dipped out of there. And so Goma was pissed. Degetsu was like, okay. And so Goma went up to Neva, the Namek, and he was like, yo, can you just get the balls from the demon realm? And he was like, nah, I can't just do that all the time. So it pretty much showed that Neva wasn't as broken as he was in the first episode. So they kind of wrote that off, right? So, you know, they didn't get their wishes, and he can't just revive the Dragon Balls every 5 seconds, you know? So they thought of everything. Like, they started off like strong, where they're like, oh my God, he could just do that? Wait, that can happen? They get their 3 wishes. It's like, no, no, and no. They're just like, nope. So I guess that makes sense, right? Because it would kind of just break the whole universe if like Neva could just summon and revive the Dragon Balls every 5 seconds anytime he wanted to have infinite wishes. So that wasn't a thing, you know. I know people were I was thinking that from the first episode, but it's just not true. So thank God for that. Because you're just like, okay, so he just breaks all the canon, he just breaks all the lore, he's just that powerful. Just for that one time, I guess, for plot purposes, but it's whatever. It's Dragon Ball, you know. It's still good. Like, I like that happened, right? Because now the story can push forward into something like more interesting. And yeah. So anyway, after like they find out that they're all kids, Supreme Kai is like, ooh, I knew I felt a disturbance in the force. And so they go up to Kami's tower, essentially, find Dende is a baby, and Popo still has him in. Oh no, he's gone. Dende was kidnapped, actually. Goma and Degetsu kidnapped him, and Popo was just there. And what's funny about Kid Popo is he doesn't have his turban, so you can see that he has horns. Popo has horns. I mean, it's a cool design. You're like, wow, I didn't know Popo had horns. It's crazy, but yeah, Popo has horns. And so he tells them that like, oh, Goma and Degetsu kidnapped Dende. And so Goku's like, well, what are we waiting for? Let's go save Dende. And Supreme Kai tells him, you can't just go there. You can't just teleport to the demon realm. It doesn't work like that. And then Goku's like, well, how do we get there? So Supreme Kai tells Kibito to get the ship that the Supreme Kai and Kibito came in on. And so Kibito uses instant transmission, brings back the ship, and it's like this decrepit old ship. And Supreme Kai's like, oh yeah, you know, I've been neglecting it. Maybe I should have like, you know, kept up with it or whatever. He tries to get it to work. It doesn't work. And so Goku's like, well, what about Bulma? Brings Bulma over. Bulma takes 5 seconds to like look at it and goes, yep, I know how it works. You know, Bulma. And so she starts off like going to go build a new ship so they could just go over to the demon realm. And so anyway, like a few days go by, and like Goku's like training with his body, and so he can't get used to it because it's so small. So what he does is he decides to go to Korin's tower and meet up with Korin to get his power pole. That's right, I know, the good old trusty power pole he hasn't used since like what, Dragon Ball? Pretty sure, yeah. It was like just even in the end of Dragon Ball he stopped using it, so it was only when he was like a wee one. So he goes and gets his power pole. Korin doesn't have it because it's not on the top of the tower anymore, because it used to take people up to Kami's tower. And he says, oh, well, no one used it to go to the tower anymore. So, you know, and then Goku was like, well, where is it? And then he tells him that Roshi has it, goes to Roshi, gets his power pole. And it's funny because Roshi was just using it as a freaking, he was using it as a pole to hang his laundry. That's right. The OG epic power pole he was using to for his laundry. So that was pretty funny. So Goku brings it back. He shows it off to everybody. He's like swinging it around. The animation's beautiful. And yeah, and so as soon as he's doing that, somebody shows up like in the sky, and it ends up being Glorio, the new character that looks like a little baby Mira. He's not a baby, he's like a teenager or something, or maybe he's an adult and he's just like a small demon, but he looks like Mira, right? And he explains to them, he says, oh, Goma became the new demon lord because Deborah died. And they're like, oh, okay. And the Supreme Kai's like, oh, that makes sense. And then like he explains how Goma's like a powerful Majin guy, and that he actually should be kind of feared. He might be small, but he's actually kind of powerful. So what he does is Goku's like, all right, well, let's go. And but oh, actually first Glorio explains that he was sent by somebody. That was an interesting little bit. It was kind of fast. He's like, oh, I was sent here by someone to essentially tell them that like Goma's in power and to like get them to help stop Goma. And then he never said who. So it could be Dr. Arensu, you know, Supreme Kai's sister. It could be someone higher up in the third demon realm. We just don't know yet. But I'm sure we're going to find out in the coming episodes. Yeah. And then Goku is like, okay, well, let's go. And so Goku and Supreme Kai get in the ship, and Vegeta's like, oh, I'm coming. No one's going to turn me into a brat and get away with it. And then Glorio's like, no. You can't come in here. We can only seat three people. And he's like, what do you mean? We're tiny. I can fit in there, which is true. It's funny when you look at it. It's like they totally can. And Glorio's like, no. Like he's just like, no, you're not coming. And then Vegeta's like, wow, okay. So Vegeta has to stay home with like Piccolo, Bulma, pretty much everyone else, while Supreme Kai, Goku, and Glorio like fly off. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Like they're going to the demon realm, you know, supposedly. We don't know if Glorio has like some ulterior motive, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to take him to the demon realm. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. Overall, it was pretty good. I liked it because it's a good setup for what's to come. But what is weird, there was one thing that did bother me. I mean, it's not really a big deal at all, but like Gohan's not there. Gohan and Videl are just gone. They never explain where they are. They didn't say, oh, they're out of town, or, you know, they're this, they're here, they're there. Like, they're just gone. They're just gone. They're not in the episode. I don't think they're not in the first episode. They're just gone. They weren't at the party. So who knows what's going on with that? Are they going to show up later and not change? Are they going to show up later as kids? But what's weird was there was a 2-day time skip, right, in the episode. Like, it was like, oh, 2 days later as Bulma was working on the ship. Still no Gohan or Videl. And none of them like seem worried about them. They're just like, yeah. They're just not there. I'm like, okay. But like everyone else is there. Goten, Trunks, Chi-Chi, Bulma, like Ox King, Satan, Boo. Like everyone is there, but not them. But anyway, it's not such a big deal, really, I suppose. But you'd think, you know, a lot of people are talking about like, oh man, if Gohan's a kid again, he's going to be so freaking strong. I mean, they're all strong, right? They're all still strong, but Gohan especially too, because Gohan was like the strongest as a kid. So it's like, where is he? Who knows? Is he going to show up and like have an epic moment? We don't know. He's not in the intro. He's not in anywhere. I haven't seen his character at all. Maybe Toriyama forgot about him. I don't know, but like him and Videl are gone. That was just the only weird thing. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. It's a good setup. Yeah, and so I'm excited for the next episode. I'm excited for every episode. But what does just hurt a little bit is that the episode was shorter than the first one. I was kind of hoping that these episodes would stay at least 30 minutes, but it was like 23 minutes, which, you know, whatever. That's like the normal length of a anime episode, right? Like on TV. So I get it, right? It's made for TV and like the streaming service. Okay, I get it. I was hoping though that it would be like 30-40 minutes per episode since the series is so short, but it's whatever. You know what? The quality is really good. It just feels like, you know, to me, as you can tell, I'm a One Piece enjoyer, but it always makes me feel like the episodes are too short if I watch one at a time. This is exactly what it felt like. We were having a watch party, me and the community in the Discord, and at the end of it, my mod was like, that's it. So yeah, I know. I felt the same exact way. That's pretty much the only negative. That and Gohan, like, where is he? Other than that, you know, still a good like 8 out of 10 episode. You know, it's a good exposition, good story. It's explaining things, the new character Glorio, explaining away some of the loopholes immediately, so it like stays strong and not ridiculous. It's good. I like it. So you definitely should go watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. Okay, you have to get the membership to watch it though. You can't watch it for free, unfortunately, but it is on Crunchyroll right now, so go watch it. Honestly, the first 2 episodes are out. They're totally worth it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay, if you like the content. You know, keeps me going. So anyway, yeah, I guess that's it.